I'm Blood Doll, and I'm going to be watching some fucked up movies so that you don't have to. I'm going to be starting this series with Megan is Missing. I don't know why I did that. So this movie is like the movie 13, you know, with Evan Rachel Wood, if they introduced the toy box killer into the storyline. It is fucked. So this movie is actually based on a true story, which makes it all the more terrifying. It even featured in an episode of Unsolved Mysteries before it was unsolved, and now it's solved, so you can read about it and find out. Whoa. They slightly changed the storyline a little bit so that it would fit the narrative of a cautionary tale for children and teens about online predators. So, first of all, I am 31. I know, I don't look a day over 21. But I was the same age as the girls in this movie. I think they were born in 1993 and 1994. When you see their birth certificates or their IDs or something in the movie. So this is really, really personal to me already and all the people of my era. That is because I was doing exactly the same thing that they were in this movie at that age. So we were all going to parties, drinking and experimenting with other things. And of course, what we were doing was talking to strangers on chat rooms. It was the era of chat roulette. It was wonderful, but it had a dark side. And that is literally where this movie starts. So it's about Amy and Megan. One is 14, one is 15. Megan's a little bit more of a party girl and Amy is not so much. It starts to show the girls at parties. So Megan is partaking in a lot of adult activities. A little glug glug. She's like 14. It's pretty fucked. Amy, on the other hand, does not want to do any of that. She feels really, really uncomfortable and ends up running away from the party because everyone is ridiculing her, which is really sad, actually. It's kind of a sad scene. Especially now you watch this stuff when you're older because you thought you were so cool when we were doing it at that age. And now as an adult, you look back and you're like, I just want my childhood back. I just want my innocence back. So good on you, Amy. Fucking get it. So the story follows the girls for a while and eventually introduces a character named Josh, who is a guy that Megan is speaking to online. She's talking to him frequently on webcam. Surprise, surprise, his webcam doesn't work because his brother broke it. And there's another story that his dog chewed it. Men, all fucking liars. And that's also not the point, but he was a liar in this circumstance. But anyway, not the point. So yeah, at this point we start to see where the movie is actually taking us. And of course, even though we're screaming at the TV not to, Megan decides to go and meet Josh, this alleged 17-year-old skater dude. That's not me just paraphrasing. They actually call him that in this movie. The skater dude. She goes to meet the skater dude. Of course, my lighting's just gone off. No. Oh, there we go. And of course, she gets kidnapped. Because guess what? It turns out that Josh isn't a 17-year-old skater dude. He is a that's been grooming her. Rats. Also, with my silly comments, I'm not trying to make light of the situation. It's just, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, especially with this movie. So at this point, the movie takes a massive nosedive and it goes from feeling like you're watching an episode of Skins or Euphoria to suddenly like you're watching some really, really fucked up dark thing from the internet that you just don't want to be watching and feels really illegal to be watching, and it's just horrid. I'm actually not going to give any more away about this movie. Probably doesn't take a genius to work out where this is going, but it's absolutely fun. I think it's like, I had a really, really emotional response to this movie. Like I said, I felt uncomfortable as anyway, this movie tackles some heavy themes. So drug taking, torture, it's yeah, so there's some trigger warnings there for like if this movie is going to be for you or not. Like I say, it really, really is pushing some serious boundaries with what you are about to experience if you watch this film. But despite it being very, very bleak and having a really, really fucked up storyline, this is actually a really well done movie. So congratulations for whoever made it, because it is actually very good. It's actually a found footage movie, so it's footage from the girls' phones, from their webcams, and from one of their home video cameras as well. It's kind of done in a documentary style along with the investigation of Megan as she goes missing. I find sometimes in found footage movies it can feel really, really clunky and you're like, why would you be filming that conversation just so they can kind of piece the storyline together? And it just seems like very unnecessary. Like, people don't talk like that. People don't kind of communicate like that to tell a story. But this movie is done very, very well. All the kind of conversations are necessary and they don't feel fake or kind of uncomfortable or anything like that. Although saying that some of the supporting actors in this are a little dodgy, I don't know why I said like that, a little dodgy, a little rough. Yeah, two main girls though, so Amy and Megan, great actors, really, really good. But yeah, the supporting cast are a little... Each scene is like straight to the point. This isn't a slow burning film. It kind of gets where it needs to get straight away-ish until the last scene, which is one really, really elongated long shot, which is done beautifully to really, really get the kind of fucking punch in the gut ending that this movie has. It's fabulous. Well, it's not fabulous, it's very, very fucking dark, but it's fabulous. And again, despite it being really, really fucked up, I actually would watch this movie again. I get the impression that it's one of those films that when you watch again, you'll probably notice more and more. I imagine there's lots of little things that were put in along the way that I just didn't kind of pick up the first time. So I'd be interested to see if there is any of those little things, like if I watched it again. So I would give this movie a solid 4 out of 5 stars. It was really good. It had really, really good horror elements. And I felt like the last 20 minutes of the movie, I had my breath held like constantly. I was just like, Blair Witch shit, man. It was really good. And I think that's a sign of a good horror movie. So even though this is fucked up, and I hope people aren't like, oh my God, you're glorifying this movie. I'm not glorifying this movie. The whole point of this is that watching these movies to find out if they're actually good films or whether they are just exploitation for the fucking sake of it. And I don't think this is. I think it works as a really good cautionary tale. It fucking gets the point across. Jesus, I'd watched this when I was 14 and I fucking talked to the weirdos on chat roulette that I did. I probably would have, thought twice about it. So I think it definitely did the job. Let me know what you think, whether you agree, whether you're going to watch this movie or whether you're just going to fucking steer clear, which I highly recommend you do. Au revoir.